Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 126 of Weather Weekly. Good to be with you here. Final full week of the month of May, gearing up toward the Memorial Weekend holiday. And, of course, the Indy 500 here in central Indiana coming up this coming Sunday as well. We're looking forward to it. I'm glad to be with you. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey with Wish TV in Indianapolis. And coming up, we're going to talk about the weather for this busy week for a lot of people. I know a lot of schools are wrapping up this week as well. So yeah, we're getting to the warmer months. Pools will be opening in full force, I believe, in a lot of spots this upcoming weekend. So some good stuff on the way. So coming up, we're looking at the week ahead for the week of May 22nd, 2023. That's coming up next on Weather Weekly. Episode 126 here of Weather Weekly, the week ahead, May 22nd, 2023. Let's get down to it here. We'll kick it off on a Monday here. And I will just kind of give you a broad overview before we kind of go day by day. A very quiet weather pattern shaking out. And we started to kind of tap into that for this past weekend, right? It was, I wouldn't call it cool, but cooler. Saturday ended up being a pretty nice day. Sunday, then we started tapping into some warmer temperatures once we got out of the morning, and it has just been blue skies. We're going to have a big ridge of high pressure that's going to influence our pattern for much of this week. Now, there will be some minor hiccups as we get later into the week and possibly into the weekend, and I'll explain that here. But overall, taking us all the way to Memorial Day next week, I don't foresee any significant issues if you have some outdoor plans, okay? So it's a good forecast. About as good as you could ask for here for the last week of May. All right, let's start off on the 22nd. That is a Monday. Comfortably cool in the morning and not as cool as what we experienced over the weekend mornings. We'll climb the ladder pretty quickly, and again, a lot of sunshine, very dry air, humidity is not a big issue, and winds should be fairly calm as well. Monday's high up to around 82. Heading into the 23rd, overnight lows into the upper 50s, and afternoon highs on Tuesday into the mid-80s. We're just going to kind of continue to warm things up here through the midweek. On the 24th, Wednesday, kind of cooler in the morning. We'll be around 50, but we should still warm up into the mid-80s heading into Wednesday afternoon for the 24th. Okay, so here's what's happening at the end of the week. We do have a cold front that's going to dive in here. What it will do is bring in some cooler temperatures. If you're not a fan of the mid-80s, not just yet anyway, there is some more refreshing air coming your way. So this isn't going to be, I mean, it's a big cool down compared to where we're at, but, you know, it's not chilly air by any stretch. On Thursday the 25th, you'll wake up to numbers in around 50 and highs on Thursday into the upper 70s. It is worth a mention as this cold front kind of moves through, there could be a spot shower. The air is so dry, though, and there's just not a lot of moisture to play with. I don't think we're going to get much out of this. So even if you do get a shower, it's brief, it's light. I don't think it's anything enough to cancel any outdoor plans or anything like that. And that'd be on Thursday, the 25th. Friday, the 26th, morning lows into the low 50s, and we'll climb to around 80. That would be for Carb Day, so it should be a really nice day if you're heading out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Friday. All right, the upcoming weekend, obviously a very important forecast here. Saturday, the 27th, overnight lows into the mid-50s, highs in the low 80s. Right now, I have it dry. Race day on Sunday, the 28th. You're looking at numbers for wake-up temperatures into the upper 50s and highs into the lower 80s. I have a high of 83 for race day. And then for Memorial Day, also dry, but I do see a chance for maybe some clouds building in. And one of the projections is spinning out some scattered showers for Memorial Day. But for the most part, I'm just putting kind of a low chance for that being a ways out. And highs into the mid-80s for Memorial Day. Now, just kind of taking a step back. Do want to mention that there are some caveats to this forecast when it comes to the holiday weekend. There is what's showing up on some of our models that we look at, a cutoff low that's going to be hanging out over the Atlantic here midweek and then trying to work over the Carolinas by the end of the week. Now, that can either do one of two things for us that we just aren't 100% sure of. One, it has good impact for us, for those that want to go to the race or anything like that. It basically log jams the upper level pattern in the continental United States, meaning what we have is what we will continue to have through the weekend, and that is just ridging, dry weather, quiet pattern, that kind of thing. So that's one scenario that could carry over into the weekend. The other scenario is that the cutoff low kind of works through the Carolinas and over the Appalachians and gets close enough to us that it can spin out some showers for specifically Sunday and Monday. So that scenario hasn't been really kind of playing out. The problem is there hasn't been a lot of agreement in what this low is going to do. And cutoff, and that's not a surprise because a lot of the projections that we look at don't handle this kind of situation very well, at least early on. So it's something to watch. I'm not overly concerned yet. Right now, like I said, in my 8-day forecast, I don't have any rain chances until Memorial Day, and even at that, only one out of the 4 projections that I'm looking at is showing up rain right now. So overall, very quiet, very warm pattern. So a good looking forecast there. All right, coming up, we're going to look at some stats and look at the extended outlook that's coming up next on Weather Weekly. All right, let's take a look at some stats here for the month of May. Almost done with the month of May right now. Let's look at precip. It's been a little low. It hasn't been awful this month. We certainly could use a little bit more. For the month, 2.49 inches of rainfall. Normal value should be just over 3 inches. We're down just over a half an inch. We're doing about 0.10, 0.1 better than last year at this time. Since March 1st, 10.81. We're down a third, so not bad. We're down about a half an inch from last year at this time. And then since January 1, 17 and a third, we're up over a half an inch. And we're about the same as where we were last year at this time. So looking good there. All right, let's talk 8 to 14-day outlook. Temperature-wise, a strong signal for above average temperatures from the time period of May 28th to June 3rd. And also a pretty good signal that we're going to be below average precipitation. This, we're not getting a danger zone yet. But you have to remember and keep in mind, May, June are the wettest months that we have on the calendar year. And if we don't get our rain now, that just sets us up for a really bad scenario getting into the dry months when you get into, late July, August, September. And we can all see how quickly things can change. You guys remember last year, we had that basically what was a flash drought. We just went like 3 weeks without a drop in the heat of the summer, and it caused some big problems, all right? So we'll keep an eye on that. 3 to 4 week outlook. So this would be from June 3rd to the 16th, above average temperatures. And again, showing some signals of below average precipitation. And the June outlook is now out, and nothing really exceptional to write home about here. Both equal chances for the temperatures and the precip there, so no strong signals either way that we're going up or down on that. So no help there at all. Drought monitor that came out on Thursday, no changes. We do still have some abnormally dry conditions for extreme western counties of Indiana. That would be parts of Warren County, Vermilion County, and then way up bordering Lake Michigan. No drought officially. But again, we're going to need some rain here pretty soon to kind of avoid that from happening. Thankfully, we've had some bouts of rain at the right times here. So, and I will say, and I didn't go into deeper into the forecast, there are some signs in some of the ensembles that we're looking at that things do get a little more active after Memorial Day. And so that could provide us with some rain chances there. So not a bad thing there. All right. Well, thank you for checking out this week's podcast. Always appreciate your time. You can get our forecast for free anytime with the Storm Track A weather app or online at wishtv.com. And you can catch my forecast Monday through Friday starting at 4 a.m. on Wish TV Daybreak. Thanks for checking out this podcast. While you're here, check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.